I've always hated driving at night. But sometimes, life doesn't give you a choice. That night, I was heading home from a late meeting, the clock blinking 11:47 p.m. as my car rolled onto a desolate stretch of country road. The highway was closed for repairs, and my GPS suggested a shortcut through some back roads. Against my better judgment, I took it. The air was thick, the kind of quiet that presses against your ears. My headlights cut through the darkness, illuminating the dense trees that seemed to close in around the narrow road. A faint mist clung to the ground, swirling like restless spirits. I was alone. At least I thought I was. About 20 minutes in, I noticed something peculiar in my rearview mirror. A pair of headlights appeared far behind me, small and faint at first, but steadily growing brighter. At first, I was relieved. Another car meant I wasn't completely isolated. But then, I realized it wasn't gaining ground. It was matching my speed, staying the same distance behind me no matter how fast or slow I went. A chill ran down my spine. I tried to shake it off. Maybe they were just cautious about the road conditions. But when I reached a sharp curve, I glanced back and saw something impossible. The car behind me didn't turn. It kept moving straight, vanishing into the dense forest, its lights blinking out like a snuffed candle. My heart raced. I gripped the steering wheel tighter, convincing myself I'd imagined it. But then the headlights reappeared. This time, they weren't behind me. They were ahead. My stomach dropped. How? The car was stopped in the middle of the road, its lights blindingly bright. I slammed on the brakes, skidding to a halt mere feet away. My horn blared, but there was no response. The car didn't move. Its windows were pitch black, revealing no driver, no passengers. Nothing. I didn't want to get out, but the road was too narrow to go around. I reached for my phone, only to find it dead despite being fully charged when I left the meeting. My only option was to reverse, but as soon as I shifted gears, the headlights flickered out, plunging the road into complete darkness. The silence was deafening. I tried to back up, but my car wouldn't move. The engine sputtered and died. Panic clawed at my chest as I fumbled with the ignition. That's when I heard it. A soft tapping on my window. I froze. The tapping came again, more insistent this time. My breath hitched as I turned my head, expecting to see someone or something, but there was nothing there. Just darkness. Suddenly, the car's interior lights flickered on, and in the reflection of the windshield, I saw it. A pale, grinning face pressed against the back window. Its eyes were wide, unblinking, and filled with a malevolent glee. I screamed and threw open the door, running into the woods without looking back. My only thought was to get as far away as possible. The branches tore at my clothes and skin, but I didn't care. After what felt like hours, I stumbled onto another road, collapsing in front of an oncoming car. The driver, a kind older man, helped me up and took me to the nearest town. When I told him what happened, his face went pale. "You were on Hollow Road," he said, his voice trembling. "They closed it years ago after too many incidents." I didn't ask for details. I didn't want to know. All I know is that I'll never take a shortcut again.